You feel guilty when you think about leaving her. Not sad, but guilty, like she'll fall apart without you, like you're abandoning her. That's not connection, that's trauma bonding. And if your instinct says run, but your guilt says stay, pay attention to your instinct.
Oh, I agree with that.
Yeah, I think that's
It's hard.
It's hard to get out, but don't let guilt like ruin the best years of your life or any minute of your life.
But I think it's easier to get out if you're like 6 months into the relationship.
Yeah, the longer you stay in, the harder it is to break.
You still can have like listen to your friends or to your family. You still like very close with your social circle. But if you're like 5, 6, 7 years into the relationship, you're obviously more bond with that person than with your family because you're an adult. You're not anymore bond with your parents as, when you were a child. So that person has the biggest bond with you. So it's a very complicated issue. It's easy to say, yeah, don't waste your young years, just leave. It's not that easy. But I think what's really important, it's, if you're not as close to your family and you're feeling this way, just try to like reconnect with your family.
Well, we're going to get into that now, actually, how to do that.
Okay.
So you bring up a very good point. It's not easy. So we're going to give you a step-by-step how to break free safely, including reconnecting with your family.
Oh, I love that.
So the first step is accept that the relationship is not fixable right now. You've probably rationalized or hoped things would improve, but deep down, this isn't sustainable. So let go of the fantasy version of her.
She's not going to become the girl you imagined if you just try harder. The most dangerous lie is the one you tell yourself to stay. So, it's not easy. And remember, she's not going to, that's what she wants you to think. She wants you to think, oh, if you just do everything I want, then I'll be perfect for you. It's like, that's...
Yeah, I think it's actually so spot on. The first step is just admitting to yourself that, it's not the perfect relationship and you need to do something with that. Obviously, to do something with it, it's much harder, but I think as soon as you at least went by, like, accepting that mentally in your head, we can go to the next step.
Yeah. All right, the next step, stop seeking her validation. You may want to explain everything perfectly to her to avoid feeling like the bad guy, but in these dynamics, she'll never let you leave clean. She'll twist it no matter what. Remember, you don't need closure, you need peace. And the worst thing you can do is like try to reason with her or talk to her about it. You just gotta go,
Yeah, that breakup is never gonna be clean. Okay, yeah, thank you for all the years. Let's just break up clean. Yeah, that you need to, I think, understand that breakup is gonna be nasty no matter what. No matter how perfect you will want to do it, it's not gonna.
It's gonna be ugly. So
yeah.
Rip off the Band-Aid and reconnect with someone safe, even if it's been a while. Maybe you even burned a bridge with that person. But if it's your family or close friends, they'll be willing to reconcile with you.
Yeah, I agree with it. I actually think if any of my friends, even from the past that were not really in touch, will reach out to me and say, hey, how are you? I'm, experiencing that and that, or sorry that we weren't in touch because of, that and that, I would be like very happy to help.
Yeah, you could even say like, hey, I know I pulled away and I regret. You could even say, hey, I know I pulled away and I kind of regret how I handled things. I've been in a toxic situation and I'm trying to get out and I could really use some support right now, right? And a real friend doesn't say, I told you so, I'm right. They would say, I'm glad to have you back.
Yeah, I agree with it. And especially, I think even better with the family member, it's going to be even more accepting because I think all the family members in those situations, they just really patiently wait. Right. And they this message will be the happiest thing that happened.
Yeah,
to them.
They're waiting for you.
Yeah, they're waiting for you.
So number 4, I think we kind of touched on this, but is plan a quiet, strategic exit. No drama, no big final argument. Don't wait for a fight. Just a clean, calm action. If you live together, plan your logistics in advance, where you're going, how you'll communicate, all that stuff. I had to do this once in New York. I knew I was going to break up with this girl just because there was actually nothing wrong with her. It was me knowing that I wasn't ready for a relationship. So rather than have to move all my stuff out and have this difficult, experience for her. I waited till she went to work. I moved all my stuff. And then I called her right before her shift was over. And I told her, I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore. Broke up with her, she told me I was just a player with a nice smile, which was true. But at least I was able to get out, and she came home to not having to deal with something messy.
Sometimes in some cases people say you need to do it face to face, but in some cases you actually don't. I agree with that. Like if you're just like in a normal relationship, there is not a drama, but you're just don't you understand that it's not for you, don't see any future together. Yeah, you can sit and say, hey, blah blah blah, and like let's be friends, or especially maybe if you have children together, you want to co-parent. That's totally fine. But there are some situations when it's better to
if it's boyfriend girlfriend,
when it's better to be done with no.
I had a girl break up with me over email, and I think that's the best way I've ever been broken up with.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, I wanted her to break up with me, so that was nice, but it was just very easy. And after that, I was like, yeah, why do you have to have this whole, show and do it in person? Just do it over email. It's just a boyfriend-girlfriend. It's not like you're married, right? Like
I had the breakup phase. Oh my god, it's so funny. Going to the very first boyfriend, I broke up with him over text in different city. I mean, over the phone. Months passed. I went back to my city, and my mom told me to talk to him face to face. We talked. He was promising that he's gonna change and it will never happen again.
just drag it out.
Yeah, and I knew it's not gonna change, and I said no. And afterwards, all the gossips that I was already having a new boyfriend and cheating on him. So it's like
You're just dragging it out.
Yeah, it's not gonna help you.
Just do it. Be done with it. Expect pushback. Stay no contact. She's gonna cry. She might rage. She's gonna promise to change. She might even act like your best friend or soulmate again for a few days. Remember, that's love bombing. Don't fall for it. That's how the cycle continues. And if needed, block her and mute mutual contacts temporarily. You really need no contact to heal. I've helped so many clients go through breakups and experiencing a ton of breakups myself. What I found is there's kind of like a math equation to it, right? However long you've been in the relationship, if you're the one getting dumped, it takes at least that long to get over it. Right? If you're in the relationship for 6 months and she dumps you, you're probably gonna need 6 months to get over it.
Mm-hmm.
But in this situation, obviously, we're talking about leaving somebody who has all these red flags. So hopefully you get over it pretty quickly, right? You're probably in the act of getting over it by watching this podcast even. You've already kind of decided maybe they're not a great fit, or hopefully you're not like addicted to them at this point. Maybe you are, but remember, it's gonna take a while. And every time you contact them, or you even look at their page, or you trigger these memories, your brain is going to want you to like feel comfort and get back together, and it's going to slow the whole process of you healing and you detaching down very like a ton. So the best thing you can do for yourself is no contact. Don't look at her stuff. Block her if you have to. Get over it, and then you'll be able to move forward.
But also, I think was the time where was no contact. Do you have this phrase? You can remove pink glasses off of you.
Yeah.
Do you have that?
Yeah.
Because when you don't have contact, you see the world differently, and you start to understand. There's like, oh, that wasn't normal. Oh, that was a manipulation.
We call it rose-colored glasses.
Rose-colored, yeah. But if you keep, talking to them even once a week, you're not gonna see that. You need like a while to be able to see the world. Don't see the world through those glasses anymore.
Yeah. The last one, or maybe not the last one that's important. Rebuild your support system. Even if it feels shameful, swallow your pride, start small, rebuild one relationship at a time, especially with family. Be honest. Vulnerability rebuilds trust faster than perfection. You're going to be surprised how many people were just waiting for you to come back. We talked about this. Shame isolates, truth reconnects. So the last one, reclaim your identity. Start doing the things you used to love again. Maybe lifting. For me, it would be golfing, working on your goals, join new communities, invest in yourself. You've been managing someone else's emotions for so long that you've forgotten your own. Remember to forgive yourself for staying and for cutting others off. You were in survival mode. You made choices under pressure, and now you're choosing clarity. So own it. Don't hate on yourself for it, right? You know.
Yeah, it happens to anybody.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And they'll be there for you when you come back, right? As long as have some humility about it, right? Just own up to the fact that, like, yeah, I shouldn't have. I didn't. I was in the midst of it, right? You're kind of, not that you're ever really a victim, but you're kind of a victim in this situation if you didn't see.
You are.
Yeah.
You actually are. It's a mental abuse. It's
Mhm.
also it's a type of abuse.
Yeah, it really is. So, if you're listening to this and realizing, like, damn, this is my life, you know, you're not alone. Maybe you're still in it, trying to figure it out, how to leave without blowing everything up. Or maybe you've already left, but you're feeling lost, isolated, and unsure who you are without her. Well, that's why we built the Inner Confidence Community. It's a vetted group of guys, no BS, no judgment, who've been through this exact kind of thing and came out the other side stronger. We've got your back, whether you need to plan to leave, help rebuilding your confidence, or just a bunch of guys you can actually talk to about this stuff. That's what we're there for. You don't have to do this alone, and honestly, you shouldn't. So hit the link in the show notes, fill out the application, and if you're a good fit, you and I will hop on a call. We'll see how we can help. No pressure, just clarity, brotherhood, and your next chapter.
Yeah, I think that was a good episode. And seek help if you need to, especially to your close friends and your family. They're waiting.
Thanks, baby.
Thank you.
See you next time, guys.
Bye.